I have finally caught up. It has been a long journey, or a very long climb. Pun definitely intended. I have finally read the latest chapter. I've been needing to catch up with this series for like 2 years now. I think I started the journey in 2015. It was such a long time ago. But here I am, finally caught up. I know it's late, but it's better late than never. And here I am with another Tower of God video. So this video will contain a lot of spoilers, because I'm going to be making kind of like a discussion video on the main female character, Rachel. So if you're not caught up with Tower of God, I really don't recommend you to watch this video. However, if you are interested in this series, I do recommend you to read it. It's a really good webtoon, and it was a fascinating read. It was definitely a series I'm glad I finally sat back down to read once again, because I had a lot of fun reading it. I read hundreds of chapters in a couple of days. That's just how much I got into it. So if you want a good read, something to read to, pass the time since this week is kind of empty, I recommend you to read Tower of God. Now, with that being said, let's get into the main topic of discussion, Rachel. So, I've been meaning to make this video for a while now, and it's one of those videos I wanted to make. When I started reading Tower of God, and I saw how heinous of a character Rachel was, I wanted to talk about her, because she is a character that is one of the main driving forces of Tower of God, and she's one of the characters that has probably the greatest impact on the story because of her decisions. And so, since I saw the events at the end of Season 1, with her pushing Bomb off the tower, just trying to kill him, to harming others, stabbing their legs, to all of the other heinous shit she has done throughout the series, I knew I wanted to make a video just talking about her, because after reading the series and hearing many things while reading the series, many have said Rachel is probably one of the most hated characters in manhwa or, webtoons or manga, and I can honestly see why many would probably say that, or why they would hate her so much. She is probably one of the most despised characters I've seen in a long time, probably up there with Griffith. I know Griffith didn't do nothing wrong, but let's be real here. He is probably one of the most despised characters because of his actions. However, I don't think that Rachel is probably as heinous as Griffith was, especially what he did to certain characters in the story. However, Rachel is her own amount of evil, what she has done, and many might label her as a horrible person. She's fucking heinous, evil, whatever. But at the end of the day, she's a really well-written character. I actually think Rachel, even though I hate her with a passion, she's a really good character. She is. Because the writer, the way he wrote Rachel is very smart. Because normally when writers write characters that are evil, they usually write those characters for the sake of being evil, for the sake of being evil. That's it. Just they're evil because they're evil. They don't have any motives, reasons to do it. There's nothing there. But also, when someone hates a character, it's not because they hate the character or the personality. They hate the character's entirety. For instance, they just don't like how the character is written. And in this case, Rachel is a perfectly written character. She's a scumbag. She is disgusting. But she is a greatly written character. Like, you cannot deny that. And Rachel, as a person, she has always been this character that wants to defy fate, destiny. And it's very fascinating from the way she always talks about what she wants, or how everything is unfair to her. And the way she talks, or the way she presents herself in the story, you don't really know what she is thinking, what she is really trying to gain, what is her end game. We really don't know. And that's probably one of the most fascinating parts about Rachel as a character, because she's not just doing it because she's fucking evil. You know she's doing certain things because there's a reason. She wants to achieve something, and it's not just because she wants pretty fucking stars. She wants to see the pretty stars. And it's obvious that it's not just that. There is definitely something else that we're completely unaware of, and that's what makes her character so interesting, because you're always wondering, why would she go so far to do something so evil to someone that cares so much about her? Why would she do this? And then to go out of her way and say, like, destiny is against her, destiny's not with her at all, she's unlucky, or anything like that, just all these little things, it makes you wonder, why would she do this? Why would she do these things that are just disgusting? And when you think about this, that's what makes her so compelling. And as I continue to read the series, and I continue to just see her do more and more evil shit, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why? And I mean, when you see this one scene when she kills Arc Raptor in, like, a couple of chapters ago, around, like, I guess 30, 40 chapters ago, when she killed Arc Raptor, it was a very fucked up moment. I mean, Arc Raptor, he was a great character. I wanted to see where he was going to go in his journey. For instance, if he was ever going to meet his daughter, and he never got to meet his daughter, because obviously he died. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, that's a really fucked up way to go. Rachel just kills this man, and in all honesty, Arc Raptor was way stronger than Rachel. Like, this man was insanely strong, but he died to Rachel, of all people. That is just straight up trash. Like, she can't even do anything, which I'll get into that. But he died, and after he died, I was like, that is so fucked. Like, Rachel, you killed someone. You just killed Arc Raptor like that. This man's a good man. He's a really good man, and she just killed him. And once that scene was done, you see a scene to where she's by herself, and she's shaking. Like, holy crap, I'm not used to this yet. Like, she doesn't know if she'll get used to killing, which showcases that killing people does affect her. And it's very strange, because when you go to Season 1 at the end, you see when Bam is supposedly dead, she's not shaking or anything. She is under the covers like she's tired or whatever, but you don't see her shaking. And so that makes you wonder, like, did she feel anything when Bam got killed? Or was she so distraught she was just like, holy fuck, and didn't know what to think? That's what I'm curious. Or did she know he was alive the entire time? There was just so many questions I had with that after we saw the scene with Rachel just shaking after she killed Arc Raptor. And you think she would, after what she's already done to so many other people, you think she would already been shaking or gotten used to it after being so heinous, but apparently she hasn't. So there was definitely more to her character than just being evil for the sake of being evil. She does have emotions. She does obviously freak out about killing people. That's definitely obvious now. But still, the question is, what drives her to go this far? Anyways, though, let's talk about Rachel and how unlucky she is. And in this case, I call bullshit. Straight, 100% bullshit. Yes, Rachel is probably one of the most weak characters in the series. Like, oh yes, like if you throw her up against any character, she probably cannot fight back. She will get her ass beat. However, Rachel is probably one of the most lucky characters in the series because she has been carried, hard carried, up the entire tower since the very beginning. She has been weak and carried up the tower through test after test through test constantly. And because of that, it's just fucked when you think about, like, Rachel, she may not have power, but she's able to get people to carry her up the tower without her even lifting a finger. And she's so lucky because she's had so many people help her, like Kun, and then you also have it to where, like, Kartika and White was helping her out. And from what was established right before that scene is that Kartika and White, they're savages. They'll kill you. They'll just slit your fucking throat and not care. But she managed to have these two carry her up the tower, which just shows how lucky she is. She may not have been blessed with power or anything, but she has been blessed with people just helping her out, carrying her, even if they don't like her. I mean, even the Yellow Prince, he is now helping out Rachel, which just shows how messed up everything is when it wraps around Rachel. She's always being helped, and now Bam is going to be helping her out. At the end of the latest chapter, like, it's stated he's going to have a free and fair test where they're like, you know, they'll both be on equal terms. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, are you straight kidding me? Like, really? So, with all of that, it's interesting that she thinks she's so unlucky, but in reality, she's probably one of the luckiest characters because of how far she has gotten. She has not had to do anything. She has legit not really had to do anything at all to get where she's at. She has been given everything and helped out. I mean, think about what happened now. She has been given a power. She now has a power to where she can fight now. Which, like, holy shit, she actually got a power up. She now can fight people. So, she is now just no longer a weak person. She's now been given a power because apparently she is a pawn for someone. So, that is another thing. Who is using Rachel as a pawn? That is the question I have. Now, I have many theories on Rachel as a character. After reading the series and thinking about it, the things that I came to the conclusion to was that either Rachel is the daughter of the princess, the failed princess that became the 13 months, as you know, the 13 months when, you know, two weapons are ignited, you have it to where the princess is taken over, like, she goes crazy, but in reality, whatever's in the 13 months takes him over, and it's a failed princess. And I believe that Rachel is probably the daughter to that person, or some part of her, or if not that, Rachel is most likely the daughter of Jihad or something, or Zahad, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but basically, one of those. That's the only thing I could assume, because Rachel is obviously connected to the line of Jihad. It's just completely obvious that she has to be, because she is like the nemesis, the rival to Bam, which is to bring great change to the tower, and also he is the son of a very important person that got destroyed thanks to Jihad being greedy and petty as fuck. So it makes you wonder, since she's on the opposite side of Bam, I mean, is she a part of the Jihad, like, family line? Is she a part of them? Is she, you know, a descendant of one of the princesses? That's what I'm very curious about. I mean, she doesn't have power like a princess, but there could be something else going on here that we're completely unaware of. We clearly do know that she has a connection to the 10 families. We definitely know that. She has a massive connection to the 10 families because she was given a power, but we don't really know who she is related to. So with all of that being said, though, I have to say Rachel is a scumbag. A petty piece of shit, but a very well-written character that I want to see more of. I mean, I hate her when she appears in a chapter, but also at the same time, I like it when she's there because she has a very interesting dynamic with the characters and how they react to her. Because all the others, they know she's straight heinous and evil, but Bam, he continuously gives her chance after chance. And it's very human of him, in a way, because when you think about it, his first person he ever met was Rachel, and this first person he ever met that gave you a light in your eye, obviously you wouldn't want to give that up. You would probably think they're perfect regardless, and I feel so bad for Bam because he tries so hard not to give her up, and you can see that, but at the same time he's starting to realize that she truly is not that good of a person, and you see that with how he's like, you're now my enemy. And I feel like the arc we're about to get into is going to be Rachel's final chance to redeem herself. For instance, if she doesn't change her ways or reveal why she's doing these certain things and make a good reason for it, I feel like Bam is finally going to give up on her. He's going to be done, because you can see he's tried so much. He's tried a lot of times to try to understand what she's doing and why she's doing this, chase after her, protect her, but then she continuously does this. So I feel like this arc is the final chance Rachel's going to have. And also, I wonder what Bam is going to do when he finds out that Rachel is the one that killed Arc Raptor. I'm very curious about that, because that's yet to be addressed in the series. So I'm looking forward to that one. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about the latest content of Tower of God? How do you feel about Rachel as a character? I love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.